You're welcome for viewing this demonstration for our system, Amala core banking system, where I'm going to explain the part of client. As you see, the dashboard is showing like our system have different features where there's client management, there is this for application, accounting, and other features. So by starting, I'm going to start in the part of client. Here in the part of client, it's where you can be able to manage the clients, the registration for clients, you can view the profile or you can view the full details of a certain client. So as you see in your institution, maybe microfinance or SACCOS, you can be having either clients. A client is terms for those who are operating the microfinances, and these for members are those for the SACCOS. So also the clients can be as groups and also as centers, as there are certain clients who come to you, or especially in the part of SACCOS, they come to take the loans or they come to join in the become a group. Like so it means more than one client, once they join up, they become a group. But also once the groups get to join together is where they become as a center. So we're starting the part of client. As it is shown here in the part of client or member, our tab has come here where you can, when you have already registered client, you can just write his or her name here, and then the details can just come up. Also, you can, if once you don't have the details of a certain client, let's say is a new client, what you have to do, you can just go direct here and create a client. But also you can just maybe when you want to see a certain a certain number of clients or certain names of certain clients, and you want them to be shown up in certain number of pages, you can just click here and they decide if it's 5 items per page or 10. So once you select 5, there be only 5 names or 5 number of clients in each page. Okay, so here is the list according to our demonstration. This is the number of clients already created, their ID, their external ID. Here is the status. The status where when it shows green, it means the client is active. Right, like you have already activated the client, that's why the status shows it's active. And once it's yellow, it shows like it's pending. It's pending, like there are still things you have not yet proved, that you have not yet activated the client. In case of office, maybe you can have your SACCOS has different branches or your microfinance has different branches, so it shows here the specific office where the client is from. Also here in part of staffs, it shows the certain specific staff who is taking the responsibility of a certain client. As we know, like you can be having different staff members, and each client who comes to your institution should be handled and make, in any case of any follow-up, a certain staff is engaged. So here I'll be showing that. So I'm going to take you directly on how to create a certain client. Once you have a new client, then you can have to click here for the registration purposes. As you see, it's loading. You should be having an active internet so that you can just speed up your operations. Okay, so here in the form is here, in which has different details which you have to fill. The details with red mark means this is mandatory. That is must, you have to fill them so that you can submit your form at the end of the day. So once you get not to fill them, it means that it will obviously not, your form will not be submitted because there are potential and important information you haven't filled. So let's start here. You have to first select which office maybe that client has come. Okay, we can choose maybe he or she came to the head office. You can select staff, though it's not that mandatory. We can go straight to the name. The name we can rate maybe Abel Nyoni. Let's say Nyoni Abel. The middle name, if any, you can just fill it here. Sorry, here it's only the first name, Abel. The last name you can fill Nyoni. Okay. Here is the legal form. If for the legal form means like that client, he or she came as a person or came as an entity. As we know, a person can just come to have the loan for his or her own purposes, for personal purposes, but can come as an entity like a certain company wants to have a loan. So you have to choose here if a person or an entity. So you have to choose person, client type, member type. If yeah, you can choose maybe is managing director, marital status, married, employee status. This information comes from the client, him or herself, because you cannot just go. So it means like he or she has to provide the full details so that you can just fill them. Contract, maybe he or she has a contract. Then there are other client member classification here. Maybe he or she is in private sector. This is external ID. External ID helps for those maybe you were doing the manual work or manual registration. So once a certain client comes, there is a certain number which you provide to him or her. So in case you want to search that person, you can just write his external ID in which he was different from that in the system. Yes. So once you write the external ID, even without writing any other details, the person it comes directly. Okay, we continue. Those not mandatory, so we can just go straight. The place of residence, maybe in the restaurant. Number of dependents, say 2. Mobile number, you can just write in here 06 34 56 90. Date of birth, you can choose here. Maybe client was born this February 5. Yes. Here number of dependents 2. Select gender here, male. Okay. Then submitted, which date the person submitted, maybe his or her phone. Yes, we can just write here. Today 16th August, so we can just write here. Let's make it maybe August. Sorry, August, maybe okay. Let's see, it was July. July 10th of July 2021. Okay. So here you can just decide to open the saving account directly for that certain client. As we know, there are some circumstances in which a person should have So as someone to become a member should have a saving account. It is a mandatory. So once you want to open a saving account, you can just click here and then the details pop up here. See mandatory saving. Okay, so here below there are family members, understand? So you can, if you want to add those family members, you can just click here in addition, then you add them. But if not any demand of that, you can just leave it and then let's say activate this person. So here you go and submit the form. Okay, as you see, we have created this client, Nyoni. Okay, it's Nyoni. Okay, and here are the details. Of course, you can see here, this is just a shadow. But if you want to upload the image of that client, you can just click here and you go directly to the file, or the file which has his passport size picture, put it here. And if you want to take direct the picture, you can just click here. Yes, that forth. And this is the summary of the things in which, of course, you have been filling. Yes. So you can just look here. This is just a summary. And then as you saw there, we decided to create directly the saving account of that client. So it's here, it was mandatory, yes. So it seems like Nyoni has the saving account already. So here, in case the details you have filled for that client, maybe there's some mistakes done or there's something you want to add, you can just click here in edit and go there for the details and change them. Okay, here for the case the new loan, maybe the client had certain loan, so the certain new loan want to be added here. The same is saving. If there's certain charges in which you will see in next steps of this system which will be explained. We see here the charges, in case there are charges, shares, back imputation, you want to assign staff, something like that. Yes. So this get to be short summary of the client. I think for that you have understood. So let's continue for the other part. Thank you.